Your gut bacteria are currently starving, and because they have nothing to eat, they have started eating you. When you starve your internal ecosystem, those trillions of bacteria stop processing food and start digesting the protective lining of your own intestines. As this protective barrier erodes, inflammatory compounds leak into your bloodstream. This biological breakdown is the hidden trigger behind the constant brain fog you can't shake, the stubborn bloating that ruins your clothes, and the chronic fatigue that makes 3 p.m. feel like midnight. We miss this connection because we've been taught a fundamental misunderstanding of how digestion works. We tend to think of the gut as a continuous conveyor belt, a system where you put food in and it simply pushes food out at a constant, steady pace. This conveyor belt myth justifies the modern habit of constant grazing. We eat breakfast, then a mid-morning snack, lunch, a sugary coffee, dinner, and a late-night treat. The conveyor belt literally never stops moving. Treating the gut as a non-stop factory keeps the system in a perpetual state of processing. This constant workload prevents the body's internal self-repair mechanism from ever turning on. The small intestine operates as a binary system with 2 exclusive modes, eating and cleaning. During eating mode, the gut absorbs nutrients, but deep cleaning cannot happen yet. The breakdown of food must completely finish before transitioning into the sanitation cycle. This cleaning phase is managed by the migrating motor complex, or MMC. Think of it as your internal street sweeper. Achieving true gut health requires a shift in timing. It's about learning how to manually toggle this biological switch over to cleaning mode. The MMC is a powerful, sweeping wave of movement that travels the length of the small intestine. Its job is to push undigested food and cellular debris down into the colon, effectively clearing the street of the small intestine. But the street sweeper is physically blocked from starting if the stomach contains food. The process requires the stomach to be entirely empty before the cleanup can even be considered. Once the stomach is empty, the system enters a waiting period. It takes roughly 90 minutes to 2 hours of complete emptiness before the MMC cycle finally initiates. Once the wave begins, it takes an additional 90 minutes to complete its sweep through the entire length of the intestine. The system is incredibly sensitive. Consuming even a single calorie, a single almond, or a sip of a sugary drink acts as an immediate override. The sweep aborts instantly. Because modern grazing habits introduce calories every few hours, we mathematically interrupt this 3 to 4 hour block. For most of us, the sweeping cycle almost never runs. When the sweep is aborted mid-cycle, undigested material and bacteria are left stranded. They sit in the small intestine and begin to stagnate. This stagnation leads to a condition called SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. This trapped, overgrown bacteria ferments the stagnant food inside your gut. This fermentation process creates the gas and pressure that we experience as chronic bloating. In this context, bloating is the biological consequence of an aborted cleaning cycle, trapping bacteria in a place they aren't supposed to be. This mechanism changes how we should interpret the sound of a violently rumbling stomach between meals. If you aren't actually starving, that rumbling is the acoustic byproduct of the MMC wave. It's the sound of the street sweeper doing its job. Healing the gut lining and stopping bacterial stagnation requires the strategic reintroduction of space. Spacing meals by 4 to 5 hours allows the cleaning wave to complete its full cycle. This isn't a result you can find in a pill or a detox tea. It comes from the discipline of doing nothing, manually toggling the biological switch, and giving your internal street sweeper the time it needs to work.